Hello everybody, Caden here today with another episode of our Jurassic World Reborn series, and today we're back in the Ice Age area to add in the Dinotherium. They are one of our big elephant type creature thingies that looks really cool, and one of them looks like a baked potato like you saw in the thumbnail. I'm gonna give a preface real quick about the nature of the episode, and that is, and you'll see this in a few minutes, I broke a leaf block and the game and my computer crashed. Luckily, of course, you can see I was able to recover the time lapse, but because of that, the second half of the video is actually just us finishing up the build in first person. So kind of like our aquarium series we've been doing. So yeah, that's that's a bit of a difference from normal. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. But anyway, today we're just kind of getting a basic exhibit in, trying to get all the animals I wanted to get in. Primarily from the Ice Age area, before we do a world tour pretty soon, hopefully at least. Also, my voice seems to be dying. I kind of get why, but anyway, that's unfortunate, you know? Trying not to get my voice to just completely capitulate to everything. Alright. There we go, that's a bit better. But anyway, yeah, just basic exhibit idea. I did try to make this a bit more like probably what a real elephant type exhibit would be, so not a lot of hills, not a lot of incline, not a lot of trees or anything like that, and it does look very flat. I have some ideas on how I could improve it later, and maybe I will improve it somewhere down the line. We'll probably do something like we did for Wildlife Park, or we're doing for the aquarium series, where we just spend a few videos just going back and improving things and kind of making stuff look a bit nicer. And all of that nonsense, because I feel like that's something this series really needs, especially if I'm starting to feel like it's going to be winding down soon. You know, we should really go back and start fixing some stuff up, because yeah, we kind of need to do that. It's kind of important. Also, I realize now, last episode I did mention, oh yeah, the series might be ending soon. I feel like I may have misspoke. Some people, I think, assumed that meant that video was the last one. No, we're still gonna finish off the whole Ice Age area. We've still got a couple of big carnivores we're going to do, and some sauropods and whatnot, and a couple of non-dinosaur creatures. But yeah, there are still plans for stuff. It's just we aren't going to do every single animal. So yeah, this series should continue clear through the rest of this month and into April, more than likely, and we'll see how much farther it goes past that. You know, that's just more, and how many of these videos I can get out this month and next month, you know, which is pretty dependent, not really on like, well, I guess on motivation and like inspiration to build, but also of course just on the fact that yeah, school is a thing, and I've got a lot of big projects coming up over the next month or so, yeah. School, isn't it a joy? It is, actually. It's kind of nice. But anyway, yeah, pretty basic exhibit design here. I did decide to put a shelter in this one. Didn't really finish the shelter, ironically. I also didn't do too much rock work in this one. It's kind of weird. But it's also, I guess, in a way, because this is kind of just meant to be another capstone exhibit, so like blocking off one section of the pathway, so that way it'll go and direct people towards another area we're going to go work on, which will be I think actually, yeah, the next episode will probably be the woolly mammoth, because I really want to do that build, because I've got some ideas for it, actually. And they should hopefully be pretty interesting, pretty cool, pretty unique, and a lot of fun to build, which is always a good thing, you know? Always excited to do builds like that, always excited. But yeah, I don't really have too much else to talk about, so I'm going to let the rest of the time let's play out, and I will catch back up with you guys to finish the build. Alright, so, I'm sure I'll have mentioned this in the voiceover. I'm recording this literally right after, but, this happened. But, yeah, the game crashed. I destroyed a leaf block here, and then my computer decided to commit seppuku, or seppuku, so, yeah, that happened. So we're gonna continue the rest of the video like we would, an island aquarium episode, and we'll just finish off the enclosure, and add the animals in on camera. So yeah, a little bit of difference for you guys. You guys get to enjoy a little bit more of me and my nonsensical commentary. Of course, everyone's favorite part of my videos. We are not going to finish that today. I am thoroughly just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't think of what to do with it. Yeah, like literally that is 100% like just beyond my scope today. So yeah, so I'm not sure what I will have talked about in the time lapse. So you know what? I'll do all the talking now, and we'll see what I can come up with for then. But anyway, if you're wondering where videos have been and why I sound somewhat just utterly dead, so I guess I should clarify. I don't have to take midterm tests because I'm a history major, so we don't do tests. However, I had about like, I think over the past few days I've written like 15,000 words in essays and done just hours of research. And yeah, it's kind of, oh my gosh. That being said, I do love my major and I do enjoy most of the classes I'm in. But man, sometimes just the workload really just hits you and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm done. I mean, if anything, the writing wasn't the bad part. It was more just the research section just took forever for some of them. Because, like, you know, sometimes, you know, topics are pretty easy. You got all the sources already. You can figure out where they are pretty easily. But other times you get stuck with a topic and you're just like, I have no idea where I'm going to find information for this. You know, like all that kind of stuff. Man, does that take forever to do. So yeah, I had a lot of that this weekend, and very fun, I can tell you indeed. But yeah, that is kind of why I'm kind of dying right now. That and I'm not feeling particularly well. No, it's not because I've got whatever unspecified virus from whatever unspecified region it may have come from. No, I think I'm just a mixture of stress and bit of a lack of sleep. But yeah, still doing mostly okay. But yeah, it's kind of did affect, I guess, my ability to build today. I think it's a fine exhibit though. You know what? It looks pretty good overall. It's definitely not the worst exhibit we've built on this world. I'm trying to think what that exhibit would be. Is it the worst exhibit I've built on this world? No, probably would be like, I'm trying to think, what is the worst exhibit that we've built on this? Who knows? Oh, also, we're getting really close to 10K. I think we're like 60 subscribers off, and that is really, really weird. Mostly because I was, you know, when I was looking at the beginning of last year and like thinking like, oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna hit? When? And yada, yada, yada. I was like, oh yeah, we'll probably maybe hit like 5K at the end of last year, and maybe we'll hit like 7K at the end of this year. Except no, we hit like 7K at the end of last year, and we're almost to 10K now, which is insane and really cool. And I just want to say thank you guys. That's really awesome that we're probably gonna hit that in March or this month, I guess, which is just really cool. So thank you all for that. That's really awesome. So I guess I have to start planning probably like some sort of special video for that now. So that'll be interesting. All right, that's looking pretty good. Oh, I have to get. All right. We have to get the command out real quick. So if the screen goes a bit funky, I apologize. Oh, I don't think it is. I can see it on OBS, but I gotta get my command for the grass stuff because I was a smart boy and I I've saved most of the commands I use all the time for this world in particular on a little notepad document, so that way you know, I have a bit of an easier time just kind of constantly using them, so I don't have to worry tons about like, oh, what's the exact parameters, what all the stuff I use, oh no, I don't remember, kind of deal, you know. All right, so I believe, yep, there we go. Select region first. Okay, it's just that I'm an idiot and hit right click twice instead of left click. Brilliant, I do tell you, brilliant indeed. All right, we'll do this, and that should be lovely jubbly. There we go, there we go. Lots and lots of lovely gravel, coarse dirt, and various other paraphernalia. But yeah, we'll probably have to do something cool for 10K. So I will, maybe I'll do like a post or something on that. You guys can vote on whatever you guys want to see for that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll certainly see about that in the future. All right. Well, let's take a quick look from over here just to kind of, you know, ascertain, is this okay? And yes, I think it is. Ironically, I'm kind of basing this off of some people have, once again, it does make me laugh. Sometimes some people are very like protective of people criticizing me, which makes me laugh. Because generally I do really enjoy, like, well, unless it's like just, you know, straight up rude criticism. But I do enjoy people like being like, hey, you know, like you might be going overboard on one or two things here, and maybe kind of stage that back a bit. And one of the most common ones usually is the amount of trees and foliage I chuck into exhibits, particularly for animals that that definitely are not suited for forest life. Now, I don't know about Dinotherium and if it was a forest dweller or not, and whether or not it would like living in a forest. I'm going to assume it's okay with some trees, because most things are okay with a couple of trees, but yeah. Also, I am aware it probably didn't live in a taiga type area, but something I don't know, I don't even remember who I heard say this, but it was something I really liked, and that was just in zoos, right? And this does actually explain a lot of my ethos when I'm designing exhibits, right? Is that the design of the exhibit is not for the animal. Like, I mean, it being the right size and having some enrichment and all that kind of stuff, and a shelter, those are all for the animal. But the actual like outward design and how it's decorated and all that, that's just for the people. The animal does not care. It's like, you know, what in the world was that? Was that the sloths? That was a terrifying noise. My goodness. But yeah, like the interior of the exhibit, that's purely just designed for people. You know, so, you know, like if you made their exhibit like a pink fantasy castle, as long as it has all the things the animal needs, the animal will not care. So I'm like, you know what? I can take some creative liberties here. It is, at the end of the day, just a, yeah, it's just a place for the animal to live, and if I want to decorate it to make it fit in with the rest of the area, I'm going to do that, because I'd rather have the exhibit, you know, fit in with all the other builds that it's kind of meant to be going with than be 100% accurate to the animal's original environment. Partially also because that reduces the insane amount of research I need to do to create accurate ones. Not necessarily for like real animals, for like with the wildlife park series. I mean, that's really simple, you know, that's just, oh, go and, you know, just look it up on Wikipedia or whatever. But for prehistoric animals, it tends to get a lot more complicated just due to the fact that quite often there's debate over where they lived and what their environment was like. So yeah, I kind of, you know, I dodge a bullet there by not having to do lots of research that may not give me a conclusive answer. So yeah, at any rate, we're just gonna chuck this in. I realize I probably need to tie this episode up a little bit, because you know, we're not supposed to be here all day. We're just kind of supposed to build an exhibit. This, by the way, for those of you who might just be about to ask, this is not how I'm going to continue to do these episodes. I've just kind of strapped for time once again, believe it or not, and kind of just need to get this finished. And I didn't feel like having to go through and make a second really short time lapse. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just do it this way. I'm sure some people are going to enjoy my my ramblings while we quickly finish this build up. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's why I am taking into account the, hey, maybe don't put so many trees in for these kinds of animals. Although I am thinking now, it does look remarkably flat overall, which I guess is kind of good for an elephant type exhibit, but it may look a little boring. So we'll see. Maybe I'll throw in a bit of extra elevation at a later point. But yeah, anyway, let us spawn in the animals. Our, what are these called? Whoa. I do remember, oh, okay, is that child? It's just about a perfect height. That's actually kind of impressive that I managed to do that, purely off guesswork. I do remember when I did the review of the update that people told me I missed out on several of the Dinotherium skins, and I'm going to assume that's one of them because I do not remember the Dinotherium looking like a giant potato. Because that really does just look like a giant baked potato. Oh, the baked potato elephant. Yeah, that's what you guys are here for, my analysis of animals. But yeah, anyway, they do look really cool, and I think this is about, I actually think this is just about the perfect size for them, which is pretty good. But yeah. Anyway, I guess I should mention real quick on this series in general. We're gonna do a couple more episodes, hopefully, on the Ice Age animals. I know these might not be everyone's most, like, top choices for what we focus on, but I just want to get this area finished so that way we can do a world tour, and then we'll go and wrap up any other dinosaurs I really want to do, slash any other prehistoric creatures we really want to get in, and go from there. But anyway, that's really all we have for today, so thank you all for watching, hope you've all enjoyed, and until next time guys, see ya.